participants one. You want to set that up?
Oh, the video. I'll plug it.
Thank you.
Oh,
That's what you call
Hi.
it?
How you guys doing?
hey.
How many margaritas in are we?
20.
I'm on my second batch.
Nice.
And
Oh, you're
help. He's leaving. Like, he had one and was done.
That's doing it right.
Everyone looks so nice in their regular clothes, no sweaty workout clothes.
Oh, look at this. I got my shirt ready for today.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, that's
This
cute.
is as festive as I had. Flowers.
You look very fancy.
Trying to, hang on, I'm going to do it on gallery view. There we go. Are you guys making the recipes we sent you, or are you guys trying something different?
I did the potato nachos. So like I sliced the potatoes real thin and put them in the oven to get crispy. It was like in my thyroid health book.
Okay.
And then we did shrimp, tomatoes, avocado, jalapenos, vegan cheese on top of it, and then did a homemade guacamole.
Nice, that sounds really good.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
We haven't made ours yet, so we'll have to now.
We're starting to cook. I'm starving. We were out in the sun all day.
We were too. That's why I was like, I'll drink with Calie later. No.
He's welcome. He can come.
Yeah, guys are welcome,
Please.
especially if you're dancing.
If my husband wasn't working right now, he would be doing the exact same thing. So
Kristen, we want to hear about your blue margarita. What are you drinking over there?
You can
I
try.
might show him later. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There's music playing, the family's having a party. It's just, I'm cheating, it's a regular blue margarita.
Nice.
So it's tequila, blue curacao, and, but I took your inspiration and put frozen pineapple chunks in.
Nice. How'd that work out? Good?
Good, it's really good.
Sounds so good. Nick's still setting up the electronics. If you guys could see,
Sorry.
if you guys could see what he's doing. He's
It-
propping it
there's
up
no
on
holder
a
for
he's
it.
propping it up on a pillow. Did you lose the phone? I think you left the phone holder in the car.
Yeah, I can't be asked to get it.
Can't be asked to get it. Can't be asked.
Okay.
All right. Well, Nick's gonna make our margaritas as soon as he gets the phone propped up. I'm making our cauliflower nachos, which you guys, this is
Shit.
the easiest dish. And it's so Wait, say it again.
I said I like Nick's energy.
You like Nick's energy?
Well, it's not propping up. Oh, got it. Nailed it. Got
Nailed it. Now he's happy.
Professional.
Good job. Well done.
Right, I'll make the marks.
All right. Yeah. Get to work. Make the marks.
So I've actually never made this margarita, so I'm literally going to follow the recipe that you guys have.
I am going to chop up the ingredients for the nachos, and when we get those in the oven, then Nick's gonna make his tacos. Show you guys how he does it.
So easy.
We have the worst knives ever. We've decided. Do you guys plan when you reach a goal, then you have something that you're gonna like get to celebrate? So when the cookbook goes live on Amazon, we're both getting really good knives. So if you guys have any recommendations for favorite knife sets, we will take them.
I have the Cathalon. What is it? That brand. What is it?
We thought we might let my brother pick since he's a professional.
Oh yeah, he probably has way better knives.
Or-
But before,
There's no juice coming out of this.
Also to add to the Target list, one of those lemon squeezers.
Why
or
am I
juicers.
so...
That's what I need too.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Wait,
embarrassing.
let me show you the trick. You ready? 'Cause just in case anybody else doesn't know this, but roll it first to release it. You do that?
No.
Okay, it works. I swear to God. Watch.
yeah, because it's like popping the little juice bubbles before you cut it.
Yeah, pop the juice pocket.
The membrane sacs. That's actually what they're called, though. I just remember that from science.
The membrane.
But that's actually what they're called, membrane sacs.
That sounds
Someone Google it quickly because I don't know if that is real.
He's making shit up.
No,
I mean, it sounds scientific. I would get that lie if it's not true.
membrane sac.
We believe you.
I should stop saying sac.
Yeah, you should.
But is someone Googling it? Because I really want to know if I'm a lunatic or not.
You're a lunatic.
Oh, he wants. Okay, I'll Google it. Let's see. I believe it.
I think it's
See that
right.
We're over here.
I swear I saw that on Gordon Ramsay or something. I swear he mentioned releasing the membrane sacs, but
Stop saying it.
I've never done it.
Rochelle, what are you making?
I'm gonna do all the recipes except for the cauliflower nachos because I don't have cauliflower.
Nice. We couldn't find frozen cauliflower at the grocery store, so we're using fresh this time. I've never used it fresh, but I think it'll work just fine.
Nice.
It will be fine.
Actually, it was actually a lot easier to do.
It was a lot easier to squeeze the juice out after you.
I need to get a juicer because.
Oh, I think SAC stands for something different than what we think it does.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
Let's just
Moving
let's just
on.
move on.
No, Saccharomyces. I don't know. It's not coming up instantly on Google, so I'm gonna go with we can use membrane sacs or juice bubbles. Is
Juice
Juice
bubbles.
bubbles
I like
sounds
juice bubbles. It sounds so much better.
gotta pop the juice bubbles.
Maybe it's just in England.
You guys do say
You
weird.
can use that excuse.
5 limes seems a bit excessive. Is it not?
No, it's not. Trust me.
I actually have nothing in it.
There's barely any lime juice.
Lime is very important.
Seems like a waste of lime, to be honest.
there's-
The way I'm doing it.
Because there's going to be nothing but alcohol. Like, we'll be one drink in and,
Smashed.
yeah.
I looked at that recipe. I was like, that's for like a pitcher of margaritas.
It is for a pitcher, yes.
Drop the lime in it.
Yeah, no, it definitely made 3 of these. Like, so I was able to do like this size glass. It was 3.
She's
Okay.
full on into it. I
Good
love
to
it.
know.
I really regret
Oh my
not.
So don't judge.
I got the bell peppers on. I'm going to season it before I put the rest of the toppings on. Because I want to. That's why. I don't measure my seasonings ever. Does anybody else cook the way that we cook? When we did the cookbook, we had to like eyeball it while we were cooking it and try to guesstimate because people want to know approximate amounts. But I'm like, season to taste.
Pretty much the theme, season to taste.
Season to taste. And if Nick's
I think
don't make it too spicy.
1, because we're lazy as fuck, but 2 is because everyone's different, isn't they?
That's true.
Yeah, I feel like with spices that I'm very familiar with, I will season to taste. But if it's like a flavor that I'm not sure if I love, I'll
Yeah.
undershoot it.
Fair point.
Right, that took forever for 5 limes, and I feel like I've got nothing.
Don't forget the lemon.
Oh, the lemon. 1 lemon?
1 lemon.
Where's my lemon?
Juice of 1 lemon. I'm getting a workout trying to get the cumin out.
Release the membrane sac of the lemon.
Releasing the lemon.
A friend of mine came over today.
Did I cut
He
you?
cut me, you guys.
He cut you. Oh, with the lime or lemon?
He hit my
With the
elbow
knife.
with a knife.
That actually-
Oh.
That actually got me. He
That's
did-
why luckily we're using shit knives, because they won't cut you.
It's fine. I hit him with a weight today.
Oh.
Also, we were trying to fold up the light stand to take it to the park to take pictures. And I was like, it closes this way. Clap, knocked him right between the legs.
Oh, God.
So they're good. Right, lemon's
Great
done.
day.
Cup, 1 cup of triple sec.
Yeah, 1 cup of triple sec.
Okay, a cup.
It's not that strong. It's liqueur.
Triple sec's only like 15%. It's like wine level.
It's like a beer.
60 proof. What's that in England? What's 60 proof?
30%?
What's vodka? 40%? Okay, so there's not
35?
just
40?
several.
I don't
No,
know.
3 margaritas, 3 to 4. Making a picture.
Ah, okay, that makes more sense. See, I don't even know half the time, to be honest with you. I'm looking for the cup.
The measuring cups that you don't own.
Carol, did you use cilantro?
Mug.
Did I use
Right,
cilantro?
so does anyone watch Parks and
Like
Rec?
cilantro. I hate cilantro, so like even the littlest bit in anything is no.
Are you one of those people with the like gene that makes it taste like soap?
I don't even know what it tastes like. It's just so potent and strong to me. And I was gonna buy a little bit because my boyfriend, he likes it, but then it was like this huge pack for like $5. I was like, yeah, I'm not buying that.
Nah.
He's gonna eat a little bit and nope, not worth it.
What's 1 cup of tequila? What's that in terms of shots?
Oh,
I was never
like
a
a
bartender.
double shot or a normal shot? It's a lot.
Ooh, Casamigos.
For tonight.
You did, I didn't pay for it.
Casamigos is delicious. Has delicious mezcal. If anybody's tried mezcal.
Oh,
I
bottle!
love mezcal.
Say
My favorite.
a cup is probably,
4 shots, 4 2-ounce shots.
I would say more than that. I'm like, cause sometimes I'll do the double shots and I would say like 5 of the double shots.
5.
Yeah, if it's 2 ounces per shot, it'd be 4.
So excited to
That's
do
excessive.
this.
Yeah, Kaylee, have you tried the Casamigos mezcal? Like they have like a gray bottle that's like you can't see through it.
I don't think I've had it, unless I've had it at a bar. I've not bought it myself.
It's a really good like intro mezcal for people who haven't had it before. It makes it's not slap in the face.
I love the flavor of mezcal, and Autumn and I went out to dinner. I can't remember. We were celebrating something, and I ordered a mezcal cocktail, and she was like, "Oh, let me try it." She took a sip, spit it out, and wiped her tongue with a napkin. She was like, "It tastes like I licked a campfire," and I was like, "Oh, so good,
It's so good.
so good."
The first time a friend of mine introduced me to it, he has like a bunch of bottles, and so he was like, we're gonna do a tasting, and I was like, okay, like I don't like whiskey, but I like tequila, so I'll try it. And then I was like hooked. And so the next night we went out and we went to a baseball game, and my husband's company was like covering it, and so they're like, get whatever you want. So I ordered a shot of like a nice shot of mezcal, and somebody next to me was like, are you drinking jet fuel? Like, that smells so strong. And I was like, I don't know. It's just a shot.
It's acquired taste. I love it.
Everyone's tastes are different. That's why we wrote the
Do you
cookbook the way we
put
did.
these in the blender?
It's up to you. Do you like cilantro?
I've never had it as a tequila drink, but I mean,
Put just a little bit in there,
go for it.
or we can put it as a garnish.
We have some new additions. Who's joined?
Let's see who joined. Trisha joined. Hi, Trisha.
What am I doing?
I was going to ask you guys a question. And
I think I was muted. Hi.
There she is.
Hi.
Hi.
Chili powder.
Chili powder. Oh, for the rim, not inside.
Oh, thank God.
See, I love spicy food, but Nick does not. What's your vote, guys?
Oh,
I'm
make me
sorry.
sweat.
Child.
I vote spicy every day. We have like, I don't even know, depending on what kind of food we eat, my husband will either add like an Asian chili garlic paste kind of thing, or where it's either sriracha or Cholula, or just adding jalapenos that we've pickled ourselves to everything.
We're working on some recipes for the blog and for the new YouTube channel.
Kaylee.
I have requests for what you would like what are some favorite recipes, things that you'd like to have plant-based options for, or just new options for?
Yeah, Kaylee, and this is just so you know, at Trader Joe's, they have a hot and sweet jalapeno
Ooh, yeah.
jar. And so for Nick, like, because I'm not spicy, but I can do these. They're from Trader Joe's.
Because it's sweet too.
How hot we talking?
Not as like potent on your tongue. Like for those that don't like spicy, there's at least something that milds it out. I don't know what, but that's what I allowed on the food tonight. So
I'm taking 12 jars of these New Mexico green chilies back to LA with me. They're the best.
So out of the tacos that you saw between mine and Kaylee's, mine are super simple, like literally 3 or 4 minutes. what would you prefer in terms of mine or hers?
Help. I can't reach the olive oil.
So I feel like mine's really basic and it's more of a man meal because it's lazy as shit.
I like having both options, honestly, because I think sometimes on the weekends or a day that you're off, when you want to really like cook, but then to have that option of being able to make something quick when you get home is nice.
Carol's an excellent baker, and we should have her on an episode to bake.
I do make a mean rum cake.
That's ready to go in, yes. Should we show them what it looks like?
Doesn't.
These are our nachos, cauliflower nachos. Just like any other nachos, just instead of putting chips at the bottom, because we're gonna have chips with our guacamole, and then he's got a taco shell with his taco. And then if we put chips in the nachos, just a lot of chips. So this way you get more plants, less chips. Right?
The only ones in the store were these. That I've never had them.
My boys like
them. Have had them.
You guys, have you guys had them? They
They
have
have
really
good
good wraps.
And
Their chips and their wraps are really good.
There's a
Yeah.
family
I've had them. They're really good.
They are good.
They're really good. Yeah. Everything by CS is really good.
Nice. Okay, that's good.
They have a good vegan nacho cheese too. Let's cheers.
their hot sauce is very bland. It's mild, so Nick might like it too.
Nice.
Just their traditional mild hot sauce.
What am I doing?
It doesn't need a straw. Yeah, you need to make the guac.
Okay. Can I have the bowl, please?
Yes,
Thank
boss.
you very much.
Yeah, this is the hot sauce I'm going to use.
Ooh, I haven't tried their hot sauce. It's good?
Yeah, it's good.
Show that again.
But don't get the traditional, Kaylee, because it's not spicy for you.
Anything with nice presentation, labeling, I'm all for.
Like
Yeah.
a wine
You guys
bottle.
pick out your like beers and wines, because Nick and I both go by the pictures on the bottle. You know, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but we definitely judge our alcohol by its cover.
100%.
100%.
I have a friend who designs beer labels, and I was just like, well, you need to be doing a really good job for people to buy that beer. So,
Was it shit beer?
kinda. It was just like a mediocre, nothing special. But her labels are beautiful.
Yeah.
This is for the nachos.
What do you remember what the brand is of the kombucha beer we had last night, or I had?
I can show you.
Found the best kombucha, like hard kombucha, and they have the nicest cans too, and they have so many flavors. They have. You guys had those? Look for them. They're so refreshing. Really good.
They're actually really good. What do you have? Asian berry and lemon orchard.
Yeah, the lemon orchard was really refreshing, but I like the Asian berry the best. I have to say.
Right, nachos are in. Yours is going to take. Well, I mean, for me, the only thing I do is honestly saute the sausage, and these are one of my favorites. Have you ever had them?
No, I haven't seen those.
I don't know if you can see that.
Field roast.
They're really. They have like different flavors. I think they have like 4 different flavors. One was chipotle. This is a European Asian heritage blend.
They're gluten in those?
Standard.
I'm just curious.
It says corn, gold potatoes, apples, and sage.
Oh, nice. It's
Gluten free. Gluten free.
pretty clean for a vegan processed meat.
There's some out there that I've tried that literally taste like shit. But these are actually really, really good. Bit expensive for 4 sausages, but
Yeah.
it's a treat. Yeah. Why not?
I'm a little hesitant to try the plant-based meats.
Yes, some aren't great.
I was too. There's a few that I like, but I'm not a huge fan. I like the what are the burgers that are so good?
Beyond?
Yeah, the Beyond Meat burgers are really good, but their sausage, I'm not a fan.
Oh yeah, sure, good.
Yeah.
Well, even I, like when I first went plant-based, I was like, okay, I'm doing well here. So I'd have a plant-based like patty or whatever you call it, literally every night. And I thought I was, that's healthy. I was doing my bit. And then Calie said, no, look at the ingredients in them. And there were so many ingredients. I was like, okay, fair play. So it's almost like a treat. And then obviously just went online and looked at different burgers to make at home in the blender. And I was surprised how easy they were. And I was surprised how good they were, to be honest. I mean, the first couple that I did tasted like shit, if I'm honest. But I think that goes with everything. And you just kind of tweak it to how you want it. But these are really good. I mean, I don't have these often, but for something like this, why not? And if I had like the lads around or whatever, stick these on the grill next to their meat sausages, you're golden. No one's gonna know.
Nick did the plant-based burgers in the cookbook, and they're so good.
Yeah, they actually were really good. But that took about 6 attempts because the first 5 batches was so shit.
But it was worth it.
So shit. Either crumbly, or they weren't soft, or they weren't moist. But then we finally nailed it, so that was good.
You nailed it. I mean, I did make the zucchini bread.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait for the cookbook.
We're so excited too. We're getting impatient.
I'm
also
starving.
I'm so hungry. I can't wait for the guacamole to be done so we can eat it.
Please hurry.
The Trader Joe's high protein veggie burgers. Those are delicious.
Yes.
And anything from Hillary's.
Oh
it
yeah,
Hillary's?
Hillary's. Yeah, their burgers are really
I think I
good.
still got the packaging.
I forgot to roll this one. What's the one you like? The sweet, the
These
beef.
ones are really good. I don't know if you can see that. They're good for a treat as well. And they have so many different variations. Got onion in it.
Guacamole coming on slowly but surely. In the guac?
Mm.
Yeah, you don't like it?
Oh no, fair play. Never seen that.
Huh.
Learning something new every day. So like my taco, literally saute the sausage with a shit ton of curry powder, bit of sea salt, pepper. That's it. So mine take literally no time. And then bake the taco shells. Chop up a bit of lettuce, bit of tomato, and then I use refried beans in mine because
Good choice.
fills you up and it tastes good.
Oh man, I forgot I bought refried beans too. I was gonna add that to my stuff tonight.
This
We had
is
to
my
send
new,
over to
my
Uber.
new favorite. I don't know if
Nice.
you can see that. It's really, really good.
Oh, you like a sauce that has habanero on the label?
Yeah, it's actually pretty mild. You don't no spice whatsoever.
I go, let's rate this on a scale of 1 to 10. We ate it on veggies last night, and I rated it a 4. Would you give it?
An 8, 8.5. My lip was burning.
Yeah. Have you guys seen?
Sorry?
I've seen that YouTube channel where they have celebrities. Have you seen that YouTube channel where they have celebrities like eat the hot wings with like
Yes.
increasingly
It
spicy
is
stuff?
hot
Yeah.
one. It is the
Hot
best
one.
ever.
I watched the one. I think Kevin Hart was on it.
Love him.
Who's the English guy? He's shit.
Justin Timberlake was amazing.
That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Shaquille O'Neal's is pretty good. He was like, I'm not gonna break it all. And then his like eyes well up and his face
Yeah, I
turns
like
bright.
how confident they are going in. Like, yeah, this is fine, and then that's it. They just break down. But you can see that like 10-second, like they can feel it, but they're like, don't do it, and they just can't help it, and they just show their true colors. I wouldn't even bother on that show. I'd die.
Kristen Bell was good too because it was funny because Dax had been on there before her and they were like, yeah, he made it through with no drinks. She was like, okay, then I got to do this. Like, I can't, I'm not taking any drinks.
I love the two of them. I think they're hilarious.
Yeah, so hers is really funny.
Did she make it?
She did. Yeah,
Wow.
they love spicy food. So for her, it like took to like probably 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what I mean? Like that last few to really. And Rachel Ray, hers was good too because she was like, I'm not gonna eat the wings. I'm gonna get a spoon and just take the hot.
No,
Oh yeah, she went hardcore.
Oh,
that's intense.
I don't know how you guys like hot stuff.
Love it.
Not for me. Do you need tomato in yours?
Yes, please. This Lovely. Oh, I forgot to put the garlic in it. That's what's missing. I was like, where's the flavor?
Tacos are so easy. And everyone likes tacos.
Everyone likes tacos. Guacamole is so easy. Why do we always buy it pre-made? Then it turns out.
It really was. This is the first time I've ever made it, Kaylee. And it was, now mind you, I didn't do all the chopping, but it was super easy. And it was so good.
It was pretty easy. Isn't it?
The hummus in the cookbook, you guys, so easy. And we had a couple of people send their reviews back, and they were like, never buying store-bought hummus again because it's so easy. And
Oh, nice.
So good.
And you have to take credit for that one because I didn't believe it. It was ridiculous.
Maybe there can be a blog post of like how to, because I was showing you guys a couple weeks ago the buffalo flavored hummus that I had.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I feel like there's like a bunch of variations on hummus you can.
Well, that's what I love. We talk about that in the cookbook. So we give you guys like a base recipe, but then below it, there are 3 different ways to change it up. So even with, I think actually buffalo hummus is one of the ones. So it starts as a lemon hummus, but then we talk about what you can swap out or in to change up the flavor and make it different.
Nice.
Then you don't have to recreate the wheel for every single recipe. You just change up a few things and it's
Do you have
different.
the curry powder out?
No.
There she is.
There she is, your favorite.
It's an English thing, I think. We're obsessed with curry.
I'm addicted to it now. Curry carrots are basically my favorite food now.
And it's more the merrier. I mean, this thing's going to get absolutely doused.
All the
Probably-
powder. It's really good for your immune system too. So you might as well just load it up.
Is it because there's usually a lot of turmeric?
Yeah, it's very anti-inflammatory.
Stuff like that I have no idea about. I'm learning as I go.
It helps me to know that information because it makes me want to choose the better choice when I know what it's doing for me. And also when I know why something's bad for me, it helps me not to choose it. Like once I know, I can't really know.
Yeah.
One of those, or is that all you?
I know that we were sharing that.
Okay, I just need a little.
I think I need to make my margarita. I'm sweating.
Make your margarita, girl.
I was making the guac, and I have like other stuff seasoning, and
Let's see. Show us what you're making.
I have. Let me see. Oh.
Taste the guacamole. See how I did.
I made the guac, so the guac just is finished. I can't decide if I want to leave it chunky or get it more smooth, but right now it's chunky.
Ours is chunky because I just mashed it with a fork, but I think
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, I used a spoon to scoop my garlic, and so I was like, a spoon will do.
Really enjoying this margarita, I have to say.
Oh shoot! Yeah, no, that's what I need to get on because I was gonna make like for my husband. I'm gonna make the Fixate tamale bowls have a really good seasoning for a chicken, and so I'm making that for him. And then I have fish in the fridge, leftovers. So I'm gonna make tacos with butter lettuce, and then I have miso green beans that I added to tacos earlier, like a week ago.
Yeah.
I was so surprised that the miso flavor went with tacos. I was like,
Oh, that's an interesting combination.
yeah.
What are you making? Christine's cooking away over there.
I know.
Go on, Christy.
Tell us what you're making.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was just listening. I'm just like cooking and listening. Yeah. I'm just enjoying hearing adult voices because I'm with my kids 24/7 locked in the house right now. So
I feel you. I drove for 12 hours yesterday and there was not 1 minute of it where I was like, I wish I wasn't driving in silence by myself right now. Thoroughly enjoyed the whole entire time.
yeah, exactly. So no, I'm doing your cauliflower nachos. So that's something new. So I thought that would be nice to try. I made my family, they have like taco soup over here.
Ooh, that's
So I used some leftover stuff from the gut course last week. I had like leftover massed up chickpeas and stuff for the eggs, the mock eggs. So I threw those in there. Because I don't think they're going to want the cauliflower. My kids eat cauliflower, but I don't think they're going to.
What else do you put in there?
The taco soup. So, and then I used the left of the ground turkey meat from the gut course last week with the peppers, and then I like added onions and stuff to it for them.
Nice.
And just some diced tomatoes, no salt added. Nothing like crazy. Cumin, chili powder, salt and pepper. Just a general, and then there's beans in it. So it's got kidney beans, pinto beans, black beans. There's a can of corn in there.
I'm impressed that your kids will eat that because I've been plant-based for like 8 years and I cannot get my kids to eat that many vegetables in one dish.
Oh,
In my life.
oh yeah, they do. Because I tell them I'm not a short order cook, so whatever I'm making, you're eating. So
Like that.
they generally have to eat whatever I make, or just I guess they're hungry.
See how my mom was. You either eat it or you're not done.
I'm pretty confident my 14-year-old legit would go on a hunger strike and starve himself to death.
Clearly, my son would have as well. So don't worry. I mean, Dominic is going to be 20 soon, but if he had been in the house, he'd be like, "Ma, no, we're not doing this."
Now Jake's 12.
You know, McDonald's.
Like he's like, "Mom, can we go out for sushi? Will you make me veggie soup? I love minestrone." Like he'll try anything. He loves food. But Cade is like, "Give me a piece of bread and red meat." And I'm like, "Really? Really?" But
I mean, throw some sauce on it. That's the Italian in him.
it is, I know. I don't force it. I figure he's being exposed.
Do you want to mix this? Sorry, can you mix that?
No, don't make that. Been exposed, I'm teaching him, and it has to be his choice. If I force him, he's just going to rebel even more.
Yep.
That's my theory, anyways.
This is an addition. We didn't put it on the recipe, but I saw it today. I was like, oh, I want salsa. So I'm going to add that. That sounds good. I'm going to add that to my sausages too.
It looks so good. You guys look at that. I love it. Not terrible. I mean, that does look good. I feel like someone who wasn't even plant-based would enjoy that and think they were eating meat.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to tell you, I think I'm driving my kids and my family completely crazy about plant-based because my son even refers to it now. He's like, because you're plant-based. Like if I say anything about dinner, he's like, because you're plant-based.
At least they call you plant-based. My kids call me crunchy.
Well,
Yeah.
you're not quite crunchy. I think of Colorado when I think crunchy. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, we mentioned that in the book too, because even myself, like a year ago, if you said about number one, me being plant-based, I would have told you that you're
Never.
a fucking lunatic. But then number two is I had that kind of vision in my head of hippie and, you know, wearing a little fucking gown and just doing all that.
Not shaving your armpits.
Yeah, in the woods. And that's kind of how I always saw it, because I think my mum and dad saw it that way too. So it was just kind of an ongoing thing, and my friends saw it that way. So you just kind of get sucked in. So, yeah, it's pretty sad in a way. But we actually, what is it, your brother posted a picture of like the nicest, rarest steak today. And she showed it to me.
I go, look, Nick, because I know he still craves meat. I don't at all. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. But he's
crave
like
it so much.
drooling in the car.
So, just think of the animals, not just me.
Yeah, see, like I know my husband would have a hard time, and that's another reason I don't is my kids like my husband. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love meat too, but I think my husband would. What would he grill? Like, do you still use your grill, Nick? Like, I think
yeah,
he would.
all the time.
Yeah.
When I first moved here, because I have a really nice, I'm lucky I've got a view of the city in Albuquerque. So the first thing I did when I got here was buy a grill, because I kind of always envisioned that. And then when I moved here June 1st, and from June 1st to probably July, I don't know, midway through July, it was every night, big steaks, chicken, grill in the evening. Loved it. And then when I decided to go plant-based, I actually neglected the grill because my mind was a little bit screwed up. I didn't really know what was happening. So I was like, all right, go through the baby steps. Then I realized, okay, so then actually you sent me that chart because I asked you, didn't I? Like, what's a good substitute for a steak? And you say portobello mushroom. So I started just grilling the same thing I would, just instead of a steak, I'd put a big mushroom on there. And then I'd like grill my lettuce and stuff like that.
Or like kebabs, you just don't put the meat on it.
Just don't put the meat on it, yeah. So it was exactly the same experience, which I like. Being outdoors, cooking, cold beer, just no steak. And that or chicken, and that was kind of the difference. So it hasn't changed. And the only thing that has changed a little bit was, especially Saturday mornings, where like the lads would come over, and we watch soccer because English soccer, obviously it's on like 3 p.m. in England, but 8, 9 a.m. in America. So the lads would come over, we'd cook up an English breakfast, which is sausage, all the good stuff. And that was a tradition. But then when I went plant-based, I would just do the exact same thing. I wouldn't grill sausage for myself. I'd probably grill a mushroom. Nothing changes, if I'm honest. Even like from a friend's point of view, they didn't give a shit after the initial hour of saying, "Oh, you're plant-based now. What a loser." But that's still just a banter, jokey thing. And then it's like, yeah, whatever, mate. Fuck off.
You guys should watch his YouTube or watch our YouTube channel because Nick's doing a whole segment cooking, plant-based cooking and a beer, basically. So he's doing different recipes, and he's also reviewing a beer to go with the plant-based recipes. But he's going to grill in those segments. And so there'll be a lot of good, like, hearty, manly recipes.
Even tomorrow.
I'm down for that. I'm like, if it includes a beer review, I'm good.
Yeah, we're going camping tomorrow, and we're bringing day camping. We're not spending the night because the campsites aren't open for sleeping there, but we're going to take the tent, set it up, bring in the camping stovetop, and we're going to make like plant-based burgers and hot dogs and bring some beers, and we'll do a video. We'll show you guys what we're cooking, but there really are a lot of options. I actually had a dream last night.
Just burn my finger.
Delete it. Yeah. Did I tell you about my dream last night?
Did you leave already?
Mushrooms instead of coffee roast steak. Sometimes I dream about recipes. It's the weirdest thing. And I'll wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm going to try to make that. And last night I dreamed that we did coffee rubs, like we did a marinade with ground coffee, and we rubbed it on the mushrooms and we grilled them like a coffee rub steak. So I think we should try that.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Gosh. Right, my stuff's done. How long is yours going? So I'm basically going to just plate up now. That's how easy it is. Just literally.
How long do you think mine's been in here? Yeah, those cauliflower aren't cooked yet. I mean, that's the only thing we have left to do is cook up the cauliflower.
I'm not going to. Mine smells so good.
Yours does smell really good. I'm eating
I've
guacamole.
literally just done
What are you doing?
There's no space.
I'm
Go, Alicia. Get the margarita.
shaking it hard. But
I love guacamole.
Just jumping in there. Take a
Yeah.
picture.
I can't. Why you plug my phone in? Taking off over here.
mute one.
Fucking diving in.
It's good. I'm hungry.
Oh, it actually does look good. The picture doesn't do it justice.
I need a light. Not light. Nick is the creative genius behind the cookbook. In case anybody's wondering, when you look at the pictures, you're like, oh, that's a great picture. Your cover's beautiful. Nick, I had nothing to do with it.
I don't believe that, Kaylee, but I've been on a mission finding.
Just being modest.
No, I'm just telling you guys the truth.
So gluten-free beers, if you ever have recommendations. I found some good ones.
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah, he had one yesterday and it was really good.
Shit.
Wait,
Hang
now
on.
you have one still. Where is
It's
it?
outside the track.
No, you still have one left because we
No,
took
that's
it.
not good for it.
Because I gotta look and see what I've been drinking.
Yeah, I drink a lot of ciders and hard kombucha because gluten does not agree with me. I love a cold beer as much as the next person. Like,
I found
love beer, but it just does not fit.
Glutenberg, and this is their blonde ale. They have 3 other kinds because I like to do the beer mosas.
Oh, beer mosa? I've never had such a thing.
Ooh, what's that?
So like a mimosa, except you have like a lighter ale beer and you mix it with the orange juice. It is so good. The same way like Blue Moon,
So
like
instead of champagne.
with it. Huh?
Instead of champagne.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. But it's really good.
Nice.
Just a quick one. So I've added a little bit of curry powder, because I love curry, obviously, to the refried beans. So that's at the bottom base, so everything sticks. Then I just do tomato, lettuce, and then my sauce. Literally it. I could have 20 of these, no problem. It's my fat ass.
That's why we work out. Just kidding. We're plant-based. We don't have to worry about it. We don't count calories or portions.
Just eating it.
We just eat. Can I eat this now? Did you take a picture?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't eat like that.
Gotta get the picture.
Got the picture. Worked out today. Forgot to take my sweaty selfie and post in the group. For those of you that are in my group, I swear to God, ask Nick. I really did work out.
Leg day was stupid with 10 rounds. I was just weights, and I was just like, oh my God, I regret every moment of this, but I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Nick's downstairs neighbors have sent a noise violation on him.
Oh,
like
I
4
kick off at
times.
10 a.m.
So I started the boxing video, and he was like, I got to the cardio part, and we were like going like this, shuffling, and he was like, nope, you can't do it. So I had to do the upper body workout. Tomorrow we're gonna go to the park so I can get my cardio in.
Okay.
Alicia, your margarita looks amazing.
It is quite amazing. I didn't put the cilantro in because I wasn't sure, but it is. I thought I didn't have margarita glasses, but I forgot when The Mandalorian came out. I wanted to make a baby Yoda Rita, so I had gone to Goodwill and bought some glassware. Because if you like make a greener margarita and put a couple limes on the edge and then 2 little jalapenos in the front, it looks like a baby Yoda.
My brother made that. He posted it on his Instagram recently. That's
Sorry,
nice.
do we buy cheese?
Yeah,
Carry on.
here's your cheese. We put cilantro in it, but honestly, I don't feel you can mix it really, can you?
Not really.
Really?
Oh, plant-based cheese. So this literally, I can't taste it. There's 2 cheeses that I found that I really like. This is average, very average. But
Now,
Okay.
the shredded cheese is average, but their cheddar slices are amazing.
I don't think I've had that.
No, you did. Last time I was here.
Really?
We put them on our grilled cheese.
Oh yeah, fair play.
Theirs was the Gouda. They make,
Okay, I was gonna say the Gouda
They make the best Gouda in life. It's better than milk-based Gouda.
in life.
What is that brand? Because I love Gouda.
Follow your heart.
Follow your heart.
Favorite is it comes in this, I swear to God, a tub the size of fucking this big. It's fucking $10. Swear to God. It's called Tree Nut Cheese, and it's amazing. It's the closest thing I've ever got because I'm obsessed with goat cheese.
Free nut or pre-nut?
Tree Nut.
Like TR.
Pre-nut.
It's
Okay.
so good. Got it from Whole Foods, but it's $10 for a fucking tiny ass pot. But it's so incredible. It's the best. It's even better than goat's cheese, I must say.
It's amazing. And the first time we got it, he spent 10 minutes complaining about how much it cost.
Ridiculous.
And then he tasted it and he was like, okay.
Never mind, it's worth it.
So,
Do you have any suggestions? I was gonna try to make Spanish cauliflower rice, but I'm thinking of just putting in like tomato sauce and then the normal seasonings and cooking it. But I don't know if it's
I've done like the tri-colored Spanish rice, but with cauliflower rice. And I did red, orange, and yellow bell peppers, red onion. I used my homemade taco seasoning mix and a little bit of olive oil. That was it. And I sauteed it all up together, and it was really, really good.
okay. Yeah, I'm out of peppers, but I have tons of seasoning and onions and stuff like that. So
Yeah, just throw whatever. Throw some onions.
I was like, if I made this picture of margaritas for myself, you know, I only made half the recipe.
Oh, that's good because we made the whole thing. So
Well, there's 2 of you though. Like my husband, he's into margaritas, but I didn't ask him if he wanted one.
is he working? What's he doing?
He's either working or playing video games. No, he's about to work.
I want to know where he lives. What part of the world is everybody in? I mean, Alicia, I know you're in California.
Sorry.
I love that he like flings curse words like that. Like
Oh,
my kids weren't like, I would be like, no, you're totally fine. Like that's
You're like my soul animal right
I
now.
was
Yeah,
like,
good. Then
it's
you
so
guys,
nice.
you'll really like the cookbook thing because we drive.
It was meant to be so nice. I fucking dropped it. What a loser.
See, I do that all the time. My husband's like, do you have to keep saying the F word all the time? And I'm like, I don't know. It just happens. Like, I don't think about it.
Are you Italian like me? It just comes out. It's like an exclamation mark to me.
Yeah, it's just part of my personality. It just happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, I live in, I'm in Tennessee, actually, Chattanooga. So nowhere big or
Well,
exciting.
I lived in Nashville for 14 years.
Oh, okay, really? All right.
I've been to Chattanooga lots of times. I love Chattanooga.
Yeah. Come to the Choo Choo, the aquarium, the IMAX.
I've been to the aquarium. I've been to the Choo Choo. We did the Santa Polar Express with my
Yes.
boys. All the
Yes. All the
beautiful
staples.
hiking. I did the glass bridge that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
did it.
Yes.
He's mean.
I'm trying to take a picture of this. Here we go.
All right, Trisha, we know you're in Orange County, right?
No, I'm in San Jose in California.
Oh, wait, where are you again in California?
San Jose.
Oh, okay. All right. See, we have a lot of California people. Kristen, where are you at?
I am in cold New Jersey.
New Jersey. Well, I'm originally from Ohio. It's like the same thing.
Yeah.
It really is. It is. Nick's from rainy England.
Okay.
Not from the beach, but you can't go because it's cold and rainy.
Right. So why bother?
And there's no sand, it's just rocks.
Which is why I moved to LA.
It's still a beach though, so at least we got one, right?
It actually looks pretty, I think.
I'm gonna try this. Is your cauliflower ready yet?
I'm not really that. I have one of our dirty towels.
Show them the towel.
Guys, we have these towels.
Hang on, she bought them.
What do you think it's hilarious? It makes me laugh so hard. So when we were starting a cookbook, I ordered a gray version of these and a yellow version of these. And I had them shipped to Nick's house because we were going to shoot the video. So the first time I came was fine because they're like all packaged up and they're like pretty and we open them and we cook all the videos. And then the next time I come back, we go in the kitchen. He's got this towel hanging on the stove. It's got fucking holes in it. Burn marks.
There it is. One day. Okay, one day.
What the fuck did
That's
you
alright, that's a
do?
man. That's a real man.
I was going to say, that's a man for you.
We're getting ready to get on the Zoom, and I look over at the stove, and he's got two yellow towels hanging. And they look like this. Like, just stained.
Just honest, innit? Honesty. Everyone's normal kitchen.
I'm like, when's the last time you washed these towels? He's like, I don't know, take my picture.
That's awesome.
Anyways, I've laughed about it for like 2 months now. Thanks for laughing.
You'd think he'd have a few kids in there running around making all those stains and holes.
Can I have another?
I'm just a grown adult. And I've definitely been like, when I was a teenager, I definitely caught a lot of things in the kitchen on fire. I don't know why I was still allowed to be in there, but dropping whole gallons of juice, like.
Like, why is there a hole in the towel? Did it literally catch on fire?
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Fires, Kaylee.
all right, to defend him, in my mind, the times that I've put holes,
The fire.
it's like I'm trying to stay clean, so I like wipe the stuff that I've splashed, and then sometimes I just leave it in the wrong spot. My husband makes sure I don't catch the house on fire. He's like, "Did you turn the oven off?"
Do you guys ever put like a spatula where it balances on the edge of the pan, but then it's plastic and you come back and it's totally melted?
I just burnt my compost bowl yesterday because sitting on the stove too close to the pan, and I was like, what's that burning smell? I was like, why do I smell burning plastic? And then I was like, oh, it's the compost bowl. Yay.
I almost burnt my air fryer doing that because it was like on my stove, and holy shit, like I moved it so fast. Thank God it didn't hurt it, but I was just like, I can't ruin the air fryer. Like,
You turn the air fryer was on a burner, and you turn that burner on.
yeah, because like my kitchen, like I live in a townhouse, like so it's not big, and like I use my air fryer a lot, and I really only need 2 burners. So it kind of sits like I stored on one side because cabinets with all my baking crap, there's not enough space. And so I thought I turned on the correct burner. Clearly I didn't. And as I'm looking, I was like, hold on, something's wrong here. And like, thankfully I noticed it soon enough and was able to like move stuff and saved it.
I'm obsessed with the air fryer. Also, if you guys didn't make mixed tacos tonight, make them at some point because those curry tacos are amazing.
It's so easy.
What corn tortillas do you buy?
Sorry.
Say that
They
again?
bought the
Oh,
satay
Is
taco
it
thing.
Tete? Okay.
But you usually like the blue.
we get the blue corn ones.
He usually likes the blue corn ones, but they were sold out, so we got these.
If I'm honest, they all taste the same to me.
I'm gonna have to see where I can order, like, or go to Whole Foods because they don't have them at Trader Joe's or my.
I got them at Sprout.
Regular-
I will get them free.
Thrive has a lot of stuff like that. The
Who does?
Thrive Market. It's
They haven't. I haven't been able to order from them
oh,
because of the because of COVID. They've been like I got one order in and then they stopped orders.
There you go.
Yep, we can just keep them out with spoon. Come on, plate. You know what you can do instead of Thrive? iHerb. iHerb.
Okay.
Ordering from them. People don't know about it. It's like a secret. Don't tell.
what is it? Herb?
iHerb.
Herb?
Yeah.
HRB.
Yeah.
Herb.
Herb.
Kaylee, for the Spanish rice, did you say that you did add tomato sauce or not?
No, I didn't. I used olive oil.
Okay.
But I'm sure it would be good with tomato sauce.
I'm gonna try it. We have like 1 million bags of cauliflower rice, and my husband's like, how many more things are we making out of cauliflower?
Hey, I saw this thing online the other day where somebody made a cauliflower waffle, and my kids were completely, and I don't know, maybe that's a thing. I don't know. It's the first time I'd ever seen it. My kids were completely blown away. And they're like,
I'd try it.
cauliflower waffles? And I was like, I guess so.
No way. Did you try it and they were good?
I didn't make them. I just, you know, you get on Pinterest sometimes. It's like, oh, I did so much crafting today. I did so many things. And you really did nothing. So it was that whole thing where I just sat and we watched her do it a couple of times. And we were like, oh. And we don't have a waffle maker. So the kids are like,
wait.
It's the world's biggest one.
No, it's the tiniest waffle maker you've ever seen. I got this. Okay, it's Dash is the brand.
that's cute.
I got it on Amazon and it was like $10, and I've been making my boys waffles every morning.
Really?
And they are obsessed. They love it. So I brought it with me because we've been wanting to do some vegan waffle desserts. But it's so tiny. It takes up no space.
I know, that's really cute. That looks easy to clean. Like the big ones just so much mess. It's just like, this isn't worth
So
it.
it is. I mean, I don't know. I love it.
I did order it because I was like, no way is it only like $10. No, it's $9.99.
Really?
It is on wherever Amazon is currently.
Nachos. These are our cauliflower nachos. They're so
Yum.
Mm.
Oh my God, they smell really good. Nick's eating his tacos.
So hungry.
These are so
Is Arizona on? Oh wait, no, he's in Albuquerque. Never mind.
Yeah.
Are you guys ahead of time or?
Yeah.
I'm in California.
It's 1 hour ahead here, and it's also so hot here.
Do you put sauce in that one?
We should definitely put sauce on
Is it like hot enough there all the time that they have AC in every place, or is it like
Yeah.
San Diego where they're like,
But we're
oh
getting
no, you don't need AC?
now. So like tomorrow, I think it's 91, and then you get into June, July. You know, you're talking hundreds, and it's just aircon galore. Yeah, but it's a desert, so it's like proper humid, dry. Sometimes it gets a bit too much, and
But
it's
it cools
so
off at
dusty. And at night it's beautiful because you have the windows open and like that cool desert breeze.
Like the breeze at night is so beautiful, but ever since I got here, I mean, I haven't even been here for 24 hours yet, and I'm like, because it's so dusty and dry.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place.
It is really pretty, honestly. The Red Rock and the mountains. The first time I came, we took a tram, up to this restaurant, like at the top of the mountains, and just, it was snowing, like proper snowstorm, freezing.
Yeah.
Absolutely freezing, but it was so beautiful. And now it's so hot.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculously hot.
Ridiculously hot.
It was nice. It was fun.
Done.
We made all our food while talking in 5 minutes.
I'm now going to go and pig out. I'll probably eat half the nachos. That's going. The whole.
You can have the
sausage
rest
is
of the
going.
guacamole because I've already had 2 tortillas for it.
Fair play, yeah, it's all mine.
It's all yours.
Very excited.
Gotta make it fair. Okay, before we wrap it up, we have like 4 minutes till we hit the hour mark. Does anybody have any plant-based questions or questions in general that we can help you guys with?
What would be, because like I'm going to share with my staff, and like we're considering then sharing with our membership for my job for the NFLPA. Like, what's going to be your top 3 like points when it comes to plant-based? Because you can't get lengthy. Sometimes you lose people in that.
I feel like
what top things would you hit?
The man, but also, have you seen the movie Game Changers?
Part of it, yes.
Okay, but have you seen the part where they analyze their sleep cycle and there's children in the background?
I'll go back to it. I'll watch it again.
Yeah.
So is that like number 1?
The guy thing that they analyze happens while they sleep, and I don't want to be specific because I saw children in the background.
Yeah,
And plant-based people had the advantage, is all I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay. Nick, for a man.
Like from a man's perspective, because we're dealing with primarily former NFL players and their wives.
Again,
So,
go back to the Game Changers video.
We just
I fight for you. I have I have good boundaries, but I don't have shame. So.
Yes, exactly. Alicia, that's what they measure. I didn't want to say it out loud.
I mean, do you want to answer that question?
She just wants to know top 3 reasons.
like top 3. So, because I'm going to present it, because I'm going to give some of your recipes. I'm going to pitch your cookbook, website, everything to my staff. My goal is to our membership.
Can I say that I knew him before he was plant-based, and I know him now. Way more ripped, more muscular. He worked out all the time before. Coached soccer, played soccer all the time. His muscles are bigger. They're more defined. He has more energy, and his skin looks healthier.
Okay.
Now, that's from an outsider's
You're
perspective.
right.
I'm not saying it was bad before. I'm just saying those are noticeable improvements.
I think it depends on every individual, obviously, like everything. But for me, it was an easy change. But if you go back to, like I said, a year ago, if someone said to me what I'm doing now, I'd say they're a raging lunatic. I couldn't see myself doing that. And that was purely based on mum and dad living, being surrounded in England by football players, soccer players, and it's, I mentioned it so many times where, especially in America, it's very sport focused country. It's very protein. It's, you work out, go and get your chicken, go and get your meat. Let's get ripped, let's get big. And I'm a small guy. I mean, I'm 5'7", 5'8", 5'7". But so I'm not that big burly guy. So I can't relate to that. However, I can only go based on what I feel. And when people ask me, so what's it like? I always say, well, I've never felt better. And it's not just the plant-based eating that I've changed. It's, a lot of other stuff, especially, mindset and stuff like that. But I think, especially coming to college in America, that was the biggest one for me. Being surrounded by American soccer players, you've got American coaches, and it was always that. It was, you didn't go and train, then go to the cafe, meat, steak, it's all lined up. We'd eat with the American football players. And it was always just meat. And I never thought about it. I was never asked about it. It was just the norm. So it wasn't until August of last year where I changed it. And I still play soccer now on the weekends, and the difference is ridiculous. And I mean, yeah, I feel better. I feel like I look better, but it's, again, nothing to do with that. That's like an ego thing. It's more of internal. I feel completely different. And I've got all my friends, every single one of them are, go on, question.
Oh, go after you're done.
Okay. Yeah, it's that of, if I didn't feel the way I felt, I'd probably go back. Because like I said, I'll see a picture of a steak or go to a restaurant and someone be eating it. I'm like, fucking hell, that looks good. And I think I'm always going to be like that. But the difference now is me feeling it. If I didn't feel how I felt, yeah, I'd go back. I would. I wouldn't feel.
How long did it take you to feel how you're feeling? Like, what is the amount of time that someone needs to give it before? Is that a fit with you, Alicia?
Yeah, because I know both of you have had like health issues because of things that you've eaten. And so I feel like that does play a role in how you feel. Obviously, if you're eating food that you're sensitive to, it makes you feel like shit. But then like having testimonials from people who like don't have sensitivities is also like important too, because it does make a difference. Like I didn't have fresh fruit and vegetables and like a lot of plants for a couple weeks during the quarantine, and I felt the energy difference huge. Like, and then when I incorporated plants back in, I was like, yay, life is better. Like I was so happy, and I felt so much like I was missing that because I had been eating a lot of plants, and then I was eating a lot of like, I don't know, it didn't feel like I was eating canned vegetables and like frozen things that just didn't have the same vibrance, I guess you could say. And I felt the difference even just there.
Yeah. One of the biggest differences, notices I've seen going kind of on this journey, especially doing the cookbook, is a lot of people overthink it, and they think about, oh, it's such a drastic change, or my partner eats meat, how can I do this? Or she eats meat, whatever. My kids eat meat, but I think there's always a way around it. Like just stick on another pan and put the chicken in it. There's no problem. And I'm never going to be that one to say don't eat meat, because I don't think that's realistic. And all my mates, I mean, two of my best mates, they'll probably be plant-based Monday through Friday. Saturday, Sunday, they'll treat themselves to some meat.
The research shows if you go 80-20, that's enough to get the benefits.
Yes, and stuff like that, which is brilliant, and I'm all for it. But I've never been that type of person that looks at facts or science and stuff. I always base it on how I feel, and that's how it's always been. So I wouldn't recommend it like if I didn't feel the way I feel.
Yeah. I mean, especially like I work primarily with former players with the NFL. And so when they're active players and they're working out at the level that they are and burning the amount of calories, having that animal protein and all of those things, like it can make sense in a way for their body.
You have to tell them too, though, that when it comes to protein is made from amino acids. The building blocks are amino acids. And you can get those from all the plants. Like you can get your amino acids and like quinoa, rice and beans. Like there's so many ways to get your amino acids. And where's that supplement we drink?
Right. But it's like Calie,
but I know the football players,
they don't keep up that same exercise regimen. And so I want to say the numbers last year, we helped over 300 players for sleep apnea. And that's a lot of times due to overweight. Yeah. And because you know what I mean? So it's just trying to teach them new ways to take care of their bodies.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of my mission behind this, was sharing it. And, I've told you, sharing it with our population and our membership, because our guys, I mean, that's the reality. And
again, telling them that it doesn't have to be all or nothing. They don't have to become vegans to lose weight and feel better and sleep better and have more energy. They just have to increase the amount of plants they're putting on their plate and decrease the processed foods and the animal protein. It's just about, I think they were eating like this. This is the animal protein, this is their plants. Right. Switch it.
You've also got to come from a man point of view as well, where if you've got a group of lads in a team that are doing the same thing, if you're the one who's not doing that, like let's take eating a steak every day, for example. If you're the one who's not doing that, there will be that initial period of what's going on over there, or maybe feeling a little bit left out, depending on how they're, mentally strong or whatever. Like I went through it here. Obviously, I'm never going to compare myself to an NFL player, but from a man point of view,
you can. You guys,
from a man point of view,
footballers are just as athletic and strong. I don't take anything away from you. Do not do that.
from a man's point of view, like I tested it when I first went plant-based, and every Sunday we'd play soccer, and then afterwards we'd go to the brewery, we'd have beers, and we'd have food. Everyone gets used to the same type of thing, burger, steak, barbecue ribs, whatever. And when I went in and said there wasn't much for me, so I had fries and a vegetable plate with hummus, people were like, what's going on over there? What's happened? Is everything all right? And after that initial first kind of hour of a bit of awkwardness, it was just normal. But then I started feeling better, playing better, scoring more goals. I was faster. People then, especially as a guy thing, from an ego perspective, they look at you and think, oh shit, maybe there's something going on. And I've got a friend who's strictly meat. And I got a text from him the other day, surprised the hell out of me, but he was talking about, all right, how would you do this burger? How would you make this plant-based? And that little thing to me was like, oh fuck, maybe there's something in it, because I'm the same. If I look at someone or I see some change in people close to me, I'm going to ask questions. Oh, why are you so happy? Or why are you feeling? Why have you got more energy than me? And that's how I work. So I see to believe, and that's how I've always worked. So.
And it seems like with athletes, they're competitive in nature. So if you're teaching them something that gives them a competitive advantage, even if it's no longer at a professional level, but still like longevity wise, and how you look and how you perform. And
I'm still eating.
I mean, I'm just
starving.
I can't wait.
Oh, that's one more thing. You can eat as much as you want. You just keep eating.
I'm going to be pitching you guys Thursday and Bailey's gut health and all of it, because, oh my God, they need it.
Whatever we can do
for a membership, because, I just think it's not knowing and not understanding is the reason that they avoid it. So once they have a better perspective and understanding or testimonials from former athletes, current athletes, whether it's Nick or whoever else, then they can appreciate it from that spectrum. Me saying it, they're going to be like, all right, female Carol, go sit down.
Yeah.
I'm guys, but that's...
I can't remember what the name of the football player is, but in the movie Game Changers, there's a football player, and he's vegan, and his wife is a chef, and he has all of his teammates over every weekend, and his wife cooks these giant plant-based meals, and he works to introduce his friends and his fellow teammates to plant-based recipes and how good the food is. And he talks about how his performance on the field as an athlete has improved dramatically, and they give they do the research, like his energy, his oxygen levels, and his recovery time, and all that shit. That shit. There might be some good stuff you can pull from that.
Okay, and I'll look, because Daryl Owens, T.O., who I have a good relationship with, I mean, he's very health conscious, but it's just a matter of getting a few of those guys, along with some other athletes who have these testimonials, to get people to strive towards that. Like you said, 80-20, plant-based.
It's not about being perfect.
That's what I want to explain to them. Plant-based does not mean I'm asking you to be vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, any of this stuff. It just means 80% of the time you're eating plants.
Yeah, just put more plants on your plate. That's what I always say.
Do you have any questions on my side?
Something for me, as a person, I got kicked out and came back in, but something for me that's just it's just about adding things, right? Add your plants first, and then then see what you have room for. Like you might get full if you just try to eat your veggies first. Like the 2B mindset thing. It's like water first, veggies most. But like when you're plant-based or when you're working towards being plant-based, if you find like new ways to make your vegetables exciting, like I'm super, like anytime someone's cooking vegetables, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, so I can figure out new ways to do it. And now I'm having like 2, 3, 4 vegetables per meal versus just one vegetable baked and roasted with garlic, salt, and pepper.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It makes a big difference to just have the perspective of adding versus taking away the protein. And then like eventually kind of, it's like crowding out, right? Like you just kind of move it.
Kristen says she finds being plant-based easy. Just throw a bunch of veggies together in a stir fryer, roast them.
Yep.
For me, but I'm loving it. Yeah, that's exactly how we cook, Kristen. Like,
And then stick them in that. Done.
yep.
Exactly. Like a bunch of them in the fridge.
Like so easy. Yeah.
But even like Dr. Mark Hyman, who's like a super like world-renowned, well-respected doctor, he calls meat a condiment or condiment because he says like, you know, the 80-20 rule or the 90-10 rule, like you lead with plants. It's not to say like if you think about if you guys are familiar with the book or the research from the Blue Zones, it's the 5 regions around the world where the average life expectancy is over 100. Like people live to be 100.
Still eating.
And they're all plant-based. They're not vegan. They're plant-based.
Mm-hmm.
So they might have meat on special occasions, holidays. They use it just for flavoring, but they don't lead with meat the way that we lead with meat in America, or even in most countries, really. They lead with plants, and meat is just like a tiny piece of their diet.
Yeah, and I think Kaylee, like what you said, I don't remember if it was in the post or the live that you did about us being kind to ourselves or in our gut health. Take it easy. Like just saying, hey, just incorporate these things. You don't have to go all or nothing.
Yeah.
It's about incorporating and changing over time. That stuck with me.
And that's the biggest thing I feel that like stops people. It's like you feel like you're like, okay, I'm gonna go and do this 100% all in, and then it's so hard to change everything about the way you eat all at once,
right,
that you give up because you feel like a failure. But like if you do it slowly, like I'm gonna enjoy the like chicken that's being made tonight, but I'm also making cauliflower Spanish rice, which is smelling delicious and looking just like Spanish rice. Like
yeah, that looks amazing. And I'm laughing.
And like my family would probably scoff at me. We're Mexican. They'd be like, "What are you doing? Cauliflower." But they're not here. I'm here, and I know what makes my body feel good. You know, like that's.
Yeah.
And Kristen, yes, I'm with you. I love how Nick is cleaning
Kristen,
up.
honestly, I got a little bit of OCD. I
He
like it clean.
He loves the
I like
clean
it clean.
kitchen.
So do I. That's why I think I'm watching him clean as we listen.
I've been doing the same thing, and I'm like, this is why the towel is so dirty and why it has holes in it. You just
But I clean when I cook. If I cook and I've got the dish, I'm like, oh, this is really nice. I look over at the kitchen and think, for fuck's sake, I've got to clean that. Whereas as clean as I go, I'll even set my plate down. It gets a bit cold, but everything's spotless. I can then go fucking enjoy myself. So
That's what I try to tell my husband, but he won't do that. My husband is like throw everything into the sink when you're done and just leave it. And I'm like, but it will still be there when you wake up in the morning. If you don't,
Yeah, and that's the
now,
when you go to make your morning coffee and you look in the sink and you're like, fuck, I gotta do those dishes.
Yeah.
That does not feel good.
Yeah.
I always do the dishes at least before I go to bed.
yes.
look at that. Spotless counter.
Good
Boom.
I
job.
have to say, my cauliflower Spanish rice turned out amazing. It's delicious.
I have to post that, so I want to do that.
Yeah, share your recipe. Let us know how you made it.
Sure.
The laptop is literally blinking that it's about to die in an hour and 15 minutes. So let's have a toast. You guys
Are we
have
filled?
there?
Fucking hell.
Well,
Oh wait, where's our picture? We gotta document this fantastic Zoom call.
She's drunk compared to I've been cleaning. Right.
yeah.
Ready?
Well done, lads and lasses.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Who's taking a picture?
Fuck's sake. Right. Okay. I'm going back to cleaning.
All right. Nick's going to clean. I'm going to eat.
Mayo.
Thank you so much for
Thank
this.
you.
Bye.
Happy
Bye, girls.
Good night.
Nice to meet all the other people I haven't met before.
Yeah.
We'll do it again soon.
Yes.
I'll show you my nachos later.